Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dig into the powerful marketing story behind a supplement called BioDentex. We'll break down exactly how it presents a very common problem and then rolls out what it claims is the perfect solution, piece by piece. The story kicks off by hitting a nerve that so many of us can relate to. It starts with that frustrating feeling that you're doing everything you're supposed to, you're brushing, you're flossing, but things just aren't right in your mouth. This immediately sets the stage for a problem that clearly needs a totally different kind of fix. Okay, so how do they build on that initial feeling of frustration? Well, they frame the whole issue not as some minor annoyance, but as a really widespread and, frankly, deeply personal struggle. Then they lay out this whole emotional roller coaster, right? It moves from the physical symptoms to the money you're wasting on products that don't work, but the real hook, the part that really gets you, is the psychological side of it all. Losing your confidence, feeling embarrassed, and even hiding your smile in photos. This turns a simple health thing into a problem that messes with your whole social life. So, right when you're feeling that frustration, the narrative pivots. It introduces this glimmer of hope. And this big turning point is presented as a conversation with a dentist, which they use to introduce a completely new way of looking at the problem. And boom, here it is. This is the core idea they're selling. The video basically says, we've all been looking in the wrong place. It just brushes off toothpastes and mouthwashes as temporary, surface-level stuff and claims the real solution has to come from inside your body. Okay, so this is just classic marketing 101, right? Look at how they set this up. Traditional methods are labeled the old way, making them sound outdated, like just a temporary Band-Aid. The supplement, on the other hand, is the new way, a modern, internal fix that gets to the, quote, real causes. It's a super effective way to make their product seem like the next logical step. All right, so the stage is set, the problem's been established, and now enter the hero of the story, BioDentex. But how exactly do they say it works? Let's get into the specific promises they're making. They're really careful with their language here. Words like 100% natural, works systemically, root causes. This kind of language is meant to make you see it as this safe, holistic alternative to other products, which are sort of implied to be artificial or shallow. And to make it all super simple to understand, they break it down into this 3-step plan. Strengthen, eliminate, protect. It's catchy, it's easy to remember, and it makes what could be a complex biological thing feel totally straightforward. Like, of course it works. But, just telling you how it works isn't going to cut it. The next step in the story is all about earning your trust. So let's take a look at the proof they offer up to back their claims. First thing they hit you with is a big number, 15,000 plus. It's a classic move, right? Social proof. The idea is, hey, if that many people have already tried it and they're happy, then it's got to be legit and safe. There's comfort in numbers. But look, numbers are one thing. What really hits home for people are stories. And that's where the narrator's personal transformation comes in as the emotional anchor for the whole video. The details are so specific and real. Firmer gums, that weird metallic taste is gone. And it all leads to this really powerful idea of the mouth just going back to its natural balance. And then, to really nail down that credibility, they show you this. Made in the USA, GMP certified. These are phrases meant to signal quality and safety. The claim of being approved by the FDA is a huge one, though it's always worth remembering the FDA has different rules for supplements than for prescription drugs. But all of these are signals designed to make you feel totally confident in the product. And this right here, this quote brings the whole thing home. It reveals what the product is really selling. The goal isn't just healthier gums. It's the emotional win, getting back the confidence to just smile without even thinking about it. That's the real prize. Okay, so you might think the pitch is over, but then there's a twist. The whole tone of the video changes pretty dramatically. It shifts from trying to persuade you to trying to protect you. After building up all this value and desire for the product, the narrative shifts gears. The focus isn't on why you should buy it anymore. It's on how you can buy it safely. And honestly, it's a pretty clever way to build even more trust. And the warning is super direct. They tell you that because the product is so popular, there are dangerous fakes out there. Now, this is smart because not only does it make them look like they're protecting you, the consumer, it also quietly reinforces the idea that the real deal is super popular and in high demand. So what's the solution they offer? Well, it's simple. They say you should only buy from the official website. And hey, look, the link is right there in their description. And then, for the final push, they add a little bit of urgency by saying that stock runs out fast. Classic technique to get you to act now. So, when you step back and look at it, this whole narrative we've just unpacked is a really well crafted piece of persuasion. It takes a problem we all know, flips it on its head, and offers up this simple, modern solution. Which really leaves you with a big question to think about, right? Is the future of taking care of our teeth found not in our bathroom sink, but in our supplement cabinet?